Hello, folks. Good evening. Welcome to today's episode of Daily Option Trading Ideas with Techie Investor. Today's date is December 9, 2020. You are with Srini, co-founder of Techie Investor, and I'll be your host today talking about the option trading ideas. I apologize today for sending it so late. Just was caught up in many things. But anyway, I was glad that I was able to put this video together today. Before we get started, let me take care of the disclaimer. Uh, all the information presented in this video is only for educational purposes, guys. All the viewers of this video can use this information for making their own investment decisions. However, the viewer will be solely responsible for for evaluating this information carefully and for making their own buy, hold, and sell decisions. Okay. Having taken care of the disclaimer, let's look at today's ideas that I have in mind. I haven't traded any of these ideas. Of course, I've been on cost, which I had mentioned in yesterday's video. If you want to know how we are trading cost, please take a look at option trading ideas dated December 8th. Okay, but for tomorrow, what we are looking at is LULU, LULU. They have earnings tomorrow evening, and their implied volatility is at 7.33. So we'll talk a little bit about it when we look at the charts. The next one I'm thinking about is Snap. Snap, we had entered it earlier but exited very early than it needed, and it went to 50 as we expected. But however, it looks like it will give another chance to go to 52.26. So let's look at all the ideas. But before we get there, we need to look at the market, how it looks, okay? It's very important to be aligned with the market when we trade these ideas so that our ideas reach their targets faster. The first one I wanted to talk about is SPY. Today there was a lot of volatility in the market, and the market was falling down after the first hour, and it has been continuously falling down. But if you look at SPY very closely, the SPY kind of touched the MA10. It touched the moving average 10, and then the moving average 10 was at 366.39. It went below it to 365.95 and came back and finished strongly on top of MA10, that moving average 10. So this looks good, and it wants to go further high to the trend line. So as we have been mentioning for a while, the target for our SPY will be around 375 area. So that is the area there we want to exit our positions, okay? So, and of course, there are a lot of things going on. The politicians have not yet made a decision on the stimulus and those kind of things. So though it's December, you might be wondering, is there a chance for the market to fall with all this shopping going on? Yes, because there's a lot of indecisiveness, like as I mentioned, the stimulus. Then we have the COVID situation, which is not like great. So definitely, irrespective of those, we look at technically where are our levels, and we would like to trade according to those levels. So the max we can look at SPY going is 375. So now let's look at the other chart, which is NASDAQ. NASDAQ behaved a little bit different from SPY in the sense that what happened here is it closed below the conversion as well as on the below the moving average 10. So if you look at it, from the we have been telling the target for SPY is around 311.82, so which is at the 150%, 137.5, and if possible, it can go to a max of this level, that 315.48. So that is what we are looking at. So, but having said that, it is like it's formed lower than the moving average 10, so we have to be very, very cautious. And we have to see if it is like a one-off day and it will bounce back tomorrow. Okay, so that's one thing. And where are the time zones for it? Let's see the time zones. So we are at so it has closed here. So that's kind of like, I'm not very comfortable with this. It has closed one day below the time zone. So the trend for the next one could be a closing. But again, there's a discrepancy between the SPY and NASDAQ. So we have to look at it tomorrow, what will happen, okay? So So this is one thing. So if at all both the SPY and the NASDAQ, go up as we expected, one of the ideas that we want to definitely look at it is LULU. Okay, LULU. LULU, if you take a long-term view, it has been falling for a long period of time. And the highest high it formed in recent times was on it was on September 2nd, which is 399.90. If you look at it, it didn't touch the 400, which seems to be a very good sign because for the last, this seems to be coinciding September 2nd, so October, November, December. So we are looking at the next earnings, which is here, right? So the last earnings, it was at 399.90, and we are looking at the 3 months from there, which is like we are going to look at it. So I strongly believe that it has a potential of going to this level. Hold on a second, am I looking at the right levels? The first level, yes, the first level we are looking at is here, which is 401, and it might get closer to this line, which is maybe 464. So again, I'm not expecting that kind of a move, but I am definitely thinking of 403, right? According to option slam, the expected move, according to the straddles, whatever we call it, is around 7.33% from the 365 area. So definitely what I'm talking about is more than the expected move. So, but I would be planning to be in this call tomorrow, okay? And the second one which I wanted to talk about is COST. I know I've been repeating this again and again, but again, this one also has been phenomenal in the sense, let's see, if you look at the last earnings, it went down after the earnings. If you look at around this area, this is where I think it had an earning. Yes, now September 3, and then it fell for the earnings and it went up. So what we are thinking right now is it might go up for the earnings, but there's a very little possibility because it is still below the baseline. It has to cross the conversion and then it has to go up. But if you give it enough time, it could reach this area, which is 395. And if you look at here from this line, it had gone from 355.79 to the high of 389.50. That formed a 135-degree angle. So we are looking at completion of the 180-degree angle at 395.90. So that is where we are looking, and even 400 could be possible, but maybe we are looking at more time. So I am in this call, and right now I am at the break even. What I have right now is set the next week. Next week, 17, what do you call the 370, 380 calls. So, but I'll look at it tomorrow and see how the price action is, and we'll take action. The next one which I wanted to talk about is Snap. The Snap again is like it has formed a base around here. So it has two ways to go. We exited this position quite early when it was around 48.50, but it took a lead and it went up to 50.98. Unfortunate that we missed this double opportunity, but that's okay. It's someone else's money. But right now, what I'm looking at it is if it can go to the 150 area. Again, it all depends on the market conditions, guys. If the market is, if the NASDAQ, as I mentioned, has been going down, and if it doesn't rebound from this level, then we wouldn't even look at these trades. The only trade that I might be looking is LULU. With some, if the market goes down, the only trade that I might be looking at is LULU with a little bit of longer term, maybe Jan calls, and see how it gives that. Okay, that's all I have for you guys today. Please feel free to share your feedback or to let me know whatever the ideas you have taken action upon. It will be great to hear from you. Also, if you like what you're seeing in this video, please show your love by either by liking it and also subscribing to our channel. Okay.